should start off by introducing you all. This is Franco and Giovanni Skilan, father, son.
You know, it's interesting, I call him the belly man. The belly man is the one that does the stringing, he makes the pin blocks, and I spend a lot of time doing the actions. I'm an action man. I like to get my hands on the mechanisms of the piano and put all the parts together.
My name is Franco Skilan. I'm a third-generation piano technician. I grew up in the piano business, mentoring under my father, Giovanni Skilan. He started in Trieste, Italy, as a young man working for his uncle, Ernesto. And my dad always told me growing up that he had a 40-watt light bulb over his bench, basically worked in the dark. He grew up very, very poor, as well as my mom. Before he met her, she was a refugee from Yugoslavia. And my dad realized that he really wasn't going to get anywhere in that business in Italy at the time, and decided to move the family to Los Angeles, eventually settling in Hollywood. This is not really a job for me. I mean, I love what I do. I love taking something that's so beat up, so used, and then giving it new life. That's the payoff right there. That's a big piano. So what we have here is an 1877 Centennial Grand, which was developed by William Steinway. He was the son of Theodore Steinway, the founder of the company. This piano is considered the forerunner of the modern Steinway Model D Concert Grand. It was a very limited production of pianos, I believe around 450 or so. And it was in production from about 1876 to 1880. Very few examples of this piano exist. And I believe there's only 30 or so documented pianos left. To see something like this in its original form is exciting because of the fact that we get to preserve something, an important piece of history. Right there, that's good. And it's really fun for me to put it to a point where it now can be enjoyed again by the next generation of people who will care for it. Finish is a little dated. I've seen a lot of these different designs. Some have been adapted and some have been abandoned because they didn't work properly. But overall, pretty piano. Overstrung scale, meaning the bass strings go over to the right side. It's a high tension scale, but a little bit earlier design. This piano will have literally no chance of survival unless I do something with it. I'm a little bit more structured with the Steinway restoration work because we have to be. We have to stay true to form on that piano. It's important for its legacy. It's important for its tone. There's no, in my opinion, room for experimentation in that respect. So I'm pretty stringent on certain instruments. Not many people want to do piano restoration anymore as, a private business. I don't know if I could start what I've ended up with now. We worked really hard together to build it up. Some people like to build things as a hobby. I get to build things as a living and really analyze wood and figure out how it's supposed to work and why it doesn't work. That's never gonna be stable. Makes me appreciate what my dad taught me. We were kind of stationed here together. His basic area was there with his toolbox, and I kind of keep that as his little memorial. And he's always looking at me, so I try to do my best all the time. This is my mother, Vitorina. Step in, watch your step.
I spent 10 years in the afternoon leveling the actions. It was very exciting. No, it wasn't. Franco is my favorite son, because that's the only one I have. He really used to come in here and ask his father, Johnny, if he could help him.
In our home, we had a back garage where he equipped it to work on pianos. So if I wanted to spend some time with him, I had to go and be in there with him. That was kind of my introduction into it when I was very, very young. We did a lot of pianos. He opened my eyes to, okay, every piano you do, you can do better.
Was there a moment when you didn't think he might stay in the family business?
Well, when he was young, how with this school, thing like that, I figured that he want to go to college and things that he was thinking. But then he said, no, he just wanted to do this. And that made me very, very happy because I knew how good he was.
Really, the most amazing thing to me about the modern piano was that it was developed as long ago as it was. It's 123 years ago, since 1900. And to have the same basic models from Steinway in existence since then that could sound and play just as good on a concert stage now, that's pretty epic. 230, 1544.
Right. Next one.
1725, and it should be the last pin. Next one. 1725. Wow. 150-year-old piano, and they're all straight.
That's really good.
You just don't see that.
No.
Even on new pianos, you don't see that. That's awesome. Pianos are always a work in progress. They're never finished. They're never completed. They always need tuning. They always need maintenance. And the better a piano's kept, the better it can sound and stay at a level that it needs to be for a lot longer. I can't tell you how many clients have come in and they get a tear in their eye because they start reminiscing about their childhood, or they think about their mother or their father, and it brings them back to that point in time when it was kind of new to them. And it's very satisfying because they just feel so good about it. It was an integral part of American life, the piano was, whether it be a full concert grand or the parlor grands that were in the homes, and people sat around it and listened to the piano. That was all they did. There was no radio, there was no television, no internet. It was just a social thing. Everybody was excited to be around these instruments. When I listen to the piano and it's getting towards the completion, I try and imagine what the original action would have felt like and the tone that it was designed to produce. sometimes it's a tough call. What can we save? What do we have to replace? I am a fan of saving as much as I possibly can in a piano, but there comes a point of no return because either things have been modified so much or they're plain worn out and they're not usable anymore. And in those situations, the new part, as long as it fits and is designed to fit in the piano, is ideally what you want to use. I never stopped learning about, what Steinway may have done 100 years ago, why they did things. I learn a lot from my colleagues who dive into these pianos very deeply as well. Going forward, I would love for someone to want to take something like this over from me. I don't have a son that is interested in this portion of the business. They're off doing other things, which is great. No problem with that. But yeah, there's a little bit of regret that, when I'm kind of done with this, it's probably going to be finished. As I'm getting older, I kind of want to give back towards the younger people coming up in this because there's not a lot of people that are kind of doing this like I am doing. We do classes here in the shop. You could spend days talking about the different designs you'll encounter. If I can give a little slice and a little bit of advice on how to deal with some of these things to just one or two people that'll pick up on it, I think that means a lot. Excellent. I can't wait to hear this.
To be doing something for your life's work that you truly love, and to be doing it as a father and as a son together.
I have so much respect for my father that he doesn't know, and I don't tell him enough, and I know that I don't. But he's absolutely a true craftsman, and I think it's very special, and I appreciate him very much.